So let's talk guineas, guinea fowl. So we've got the black ones and we've got the white ones here. I'll say grey ones, black and white, you know what I mean? So yes. So these guys have been here for almost a year now, and I raised them from when they were about 2 weeks old. Yeah, about 2 weeks? Yeah, they're about 2 weeks old. And believe it or not, guinea fowl can fly at 2 weeks, so which makes it a problem when you come to having them inside. So I think I've got some vlogs where you can see them doing what they're doing. I'll put them in the top right or in the description. So these guys, they always walk around in a mob, always walk around in a pack. Funny enough, one had a limp the other day, and now it's fixed. So if you ever see them like your birds with a limp, let them ride it out, wait a couple of days and see how it kind of all pans out. But right now, let me follow them. I'll be part of the pack. Do you think they'll let me in? But they do love this sand over here. They do love I having a bath. So, oh, there's an old rabbit hole there. I forgot about that one. I should block that one and see what happens. So, they're pretty noisy. I'm not going to lie. They are one of the noisiest birds that we do have. They're very quick, but they're very kind of like, I've seen one chase. What are they running away from? So there's me looking behind. I kind of want to follow him now. That's what I'm talking about. Might as well join them. They remind me of like gallimimus from Jurassic Park. The way they gallop around. But let me see where they're going to rest. It's a lovely day. A lot of birds are sunbathing right now. Everyone's having a little drink. You're right, don't mind me. So yeah, lovely bird. And apparently they taste nice. I've yet to taste them yet, but still, like, it's one day I'll maybe kind of have some babies. They're terrible mothers, by the way, because they rather forage for food. Like, it's what they do. 90% of their food is forage. But don't get me wrong, they will eat some of the food that I to put down, but not loads of it. So they'll eat kind of like enough to keep them happy. We've got an old muskie having a little bath here. They'll eat enough to keep themselves happy, but then, yeah, after that, so I'm distracted by that. But after that, they're rather kind of go find the food that they kind of, because there's not many bugs out right now. So, but as for pecking orders, this one over here on the left, you can see is the runt. So you might feel sorry for the bird when you see them and think, like you might take them away or give them away to someone else because they're getting bullied, or give them to or like eat them or do something. I don't know what you would want to do to them, but again, if you were to take this one away, the rest, when someone else will become the lowest of the pack. So it's just best is going to let them leave it out and let them kind of just ride it out and just kind of find their space, if that makes sense. So what I was saying, what I wrote in the kind of the title is how to distinguish who's a boy and a girl, and it's pretty easy now. Now I know it's really, really easy. So funny enough, all of these are boys, and the reason why I know that is because you see the cheeks. They've got really kind of red cheeks. They've got really big red cheeks. So they hang down, and they've got kind of the telltale marks of them being fighting. Like they tend to fight a hell of a lot, guineas. And it's just like, I think it's because there's too many males. There's like 4 boys and there's 4 girls right now. So let me just show you the boy. I'm not going to grab them because they're really fast and they get all kind of uppity and crazy. But these are 2 girls. So if you look at closely on their cheeks, everyone's trying to have a bath right now. I get a little close up. You see their cheeks? Not as big as the boys. I try and zoom in there, but then if you look over here at the boy who's just come over to check me out, you see here, his cheeks are a lot bigger. There's more surface area to it. So there's a boy, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 boys, and those 2 are the girls. So there's 4 boys, 4 girls, but having 50-50 when it comes to boys and girls, yeah, there might be more squabbles and fighting, but again, it's just a surefire way of you knowing that the eggs that they do produce will be fertile. So if you ever want to have any more, then it's a kind of, that's what Google will recommend. And like I said before, they're terrible mums, so they will sit on their eggs and they will mostly end up like foraging food and not think about their babies. But a successful way which I kind of got the guinea fowls to kind of have babies is, what I did is I got the eggs and I put them underneath a chicken, and I had a chicken. The muskie's flying well, and I put the chicken, the muscovy, get my words out, and I put the guinea fowl legs underneath the broody hen. And honestly, I was optimistic. I was not too kind of optimistic about it. I kept checking every so often, and then I started to see that they were fertile. So I thought to myself, okay, wow. So we had 14 eggs, and 4 didn't hatch, and all the rest did, but then 6 got predated on, so we only had 4. But sadly, we lost all of them. They were growing up in this Croft house just here, but then we lost all of them to the polecat/otter. So sad news, but at least I know it can work, because at the end of the day, I do have an incubator, so I could bring them in again. And I think once I get my shed over there, I will kind of want more guinea fowl, because 8 is good, but I would like to have a bit of an army, so they can start kind of lessening the ticks to the point where I can be able to appreciate wearing shorts all year round and not worry about ticks kind of climbing up my legs. But you having a good old bath, mate? Yeah, there's a boy again. And I haven't named them. They're just guineas, they're just doing what they're doing, but they are really sweet. A lot more friendlier than the ducks. They're like in between the ducks and the chickens. Chickens very friendly, they'll eat out your hand. These will just about to. But yeah, good old bird. Like I said, I've never tasted them yet. And they're funny because they won't sleep. Like, as much as like I've made this coop for them to kind of, they don't. And another thing I've noticed is that they don't like the rain. Like when it's pouring down with rain, they'd rather hide. Like they'd rather kind of like take that place there, that little kind of coop down there as refuge. And what they do, they tend to want to sleep in weird places. So instead of like, it's all right, girl. Instead of like sitting in, like, I don't know, in appropriate places, what they do, they tend to sleep on this pallet here outside. That's what they did. They broke down the fence, if you can see that. One second, I always seem to fall when I walk around this bit. I do not want to drop with the camera today. But yeah, you see how the chicken wires all dilapidated and broken? That's because of them. They used to balance on there. And then you can see here, there's like piles of poo, like stalagmites of poo like building up down here. And it's just like overkill for whatever's in there. What isn't growing in there anyway? Oh mate, it wasn't Iliagnus, but it's just been over nitrified. Like, funny enough, an Iliagnus is a nitrogen fixer, but too much of one thing isn't good, people. Honestly, you can drown from drinking too much water. But look, this is Iliagnus. This is what it should look like. Lovely plant, autumn olive, nitrogen fixer. But sadly, I'm gonna have to move it. But it's so happy right there. Look at that, it's growing so much. And even when the wind burn, I've noticed kind of once plants get past this, it starts to kind of, the wind starts to test them. As you can see, some of this orders are deciduous, but still, like, they're still doing good. But then there's just some plants, for example, that winter honeysuckle looks a bit burnt and battered because it's come over. But back to guinea fowl, you can see I'm drifting off. Here they are, look, sitting pretty big out of the shot. But yeah, great bird, recommend them. They are very noisy, but that's how you can distinguish them. So boys have bigger cheeks, girls have smaller cheeks. So we've got a girl up here, and then you have a boy just down here. And it's, like I said, good to have 50-50, because then you will get fertile eggs. Eggs taste really nice, very hard shells, really small, and they taste, they're kind of like, I think they're just as nutritious as chicken eggs. I think maybe in between duck and chicken eggs, but a really nice egg nonetheless. Also, let me go over there, because I haven't walked down there for a while to check on the nest, because they were sitting on eggs, but they had a builder come and scared them off the nest, and they were off the nest for a day, and that's enough for the eggs to not to work. So let me just go over there and see if the eggs are intact, so I can show you the size of the egg. So excuse me guys, sorry. I do love the amount of water this place kind of holds. Look at this. The ducks have a full-on bath down here. I think we could as well. A skinny dip, lovely. I'm sure the ducks do know. No, the thing is, I don't think they venture. Well, they're in there, innit? There's a few feathers around here. Let me see if there's any eggs. There's still any eggs? No, they've all been nibbled. They've all been nibbled. But this is where, the guinea fowl had their nest, and it's all kind of wet and nasty now. So I think they must wait till next year to kind of start doing or making another nest. So that's it, guys. All done and dusted. So guinea fowl 101. So I've learned a lot. So I'm just trying to fix the camera. I've learned a lot from them, having them kind of raising them from the chicks and then having them grow up and do what they're doing. And funny, I forgot to mention, they chased away when the cat lived. Well, there's a cat called Frodo used to do it. He passed away sadly this year. He was a bit old, but yeah, they chased him away at one point. So very good kind of protection for the land. They're very good at kind of warning calls, that, well, warning everyone else of what the danger is, if it makes sense. So when a deer comes off here, like, you can see them just kicking off. If they see a bird of prey, they will kick off. So very good at kind of protecting your land and your croft, or your whatever small holding that you have. So, and like I said, tick busters. And Google will say they eat up to 4,000 ticks a day. I don't know how true that is, but I'd like to think that it is true, because I've walked through here during the kind of tick season in shorts, and I haven't got any ticks on me. So it's been, touch wood, I haven't had a tick for a long time. So I know it's cold right now, but still, ticks are annoying, man. Like, they're fine once you find them, because you can treat them with antibiotics, but it's not those ones. Lyme disease is not the thing that you want, because it's like reoccurring and it's a faff. So anyways, but yeah, so thanks for watching if you got this far. And if you're new, like I said before, if you're new here, consider subscribing. And remember, it's not just my agenda, it's yours too. And I hope to see you soon.